To file for divorce in Texas, there is one main thing you have to do. You have to file what's called a petition for divorce. In other states, they call this a complaint. So if you see that stuff online when you're Googling things or maybe in a movie, in Texas, we call it a petition. So you got to get that thing filed first. It's sort of what takes you off the starting block and begins the entire process. The next thing you need to do after you file a petition is get the party that you're divorcing served. This is where a lot of people stall out. Like if you're trying to do this yourself, or if the person you're trying to divorce is evading or like hiding from service, this piece can get pretty complicated pretty fast. Most of the time it's not. Like most of the time the party accepts service where like the dude comes to the door, a process server, and says, "Hey, I've got papers for you." And they're like, "Okay." And then they sign it. Hopefully. That is relatively easy. Then the process server takes what's called a return of service, like, "Hey, I gave them the papers," and sends that back to the court. But sometimes it's not that simple, and you have to try to chase someone down or find them, or maybe they're in another country, or you don't even have a last known address. Then it can get a little bit more complicated. So the first step, getting the actual petition filed, is relatively straightforward and simple once you've made up your mind to do it. Service can be pretty simple, or you can languish there for a few weeks or months, depending on whether they hire a lawyer and whether they're hard to track down.